Diamond Dynasty reveals in 5 minutes or less. Hopefully, I talk a lot, so this might be tough. Okay, so some really cool things got revealed, some things that I touched on in my last video talking about that teaser that they did for ranked season. So I'm going to breeze through a couple of these things. If you want more detail, go back to the last video I had, but I don't want to keep you guys for too long. But first big change, we talked about this. We talked about how they're, with the sets and seasons, they're releasing 99s right away. But how we talked about in the last video is that every season, you can't use every single card. So this is a really cool descriptor. Core cards, we talked about that again in the last video. Again, if you guys don't, I should cite the link for the last video that I talked about. This is in the description. So if you want to watch that first and then come back to this, cool. But core cards will be staying. And then as you see, like season 3, set 1 is out of the way. So it's like just a constant revolving door there. And then this is only pertaining to ranked and conquest, by the way. And then this is something I talked about as well, was that you have one wild card. So if you want a player from season 1, you're like, I can't play season 3 without this card, I want them back. You use your wild card on that card, and then you're good to go. So we talked captains in the last video, but this is them actually showing it in this video. So I thought it was a really cool description, and I'm going to emphasize tier 1 right now. So you have 3 tiers of abilities. You guys can read. You can see 5, 8, or 11 hitters, and you get those boosts for those players. So again, if they're not, like, he boosts Tigers players. So if you're not a Tigers player, he doesn't boost it. But the change I thought was cool, the thing I thought was cool was that tier 1 boosting 5 players means all you have to do is fill out your bench and put that captain in, and bam, you get that +5 contact, +5 clutch, what have you. But if you want to boost it all the way, go crazy. But there's also pitching captains as well. So there's a pitcher captain and a batting captain on every single lineup if you choose to have captains on your team and go for the theme team route. This is another thing they showed, and I thought this is sick. This is mostly a content creator sick thing, but if you're somebody watching and you want to do this as well, like, they hinted at the possibility that throughout the year, there will be certain captains that boost hitters from the 50s and 60s. So for those of you that like to do the old timers team build, if there's an old timers event up or something, now those guys are boosted if you have that captain in. It's one of the really cool features, and I'm really happy they put in the game this year. And then this is another thing. If you want the hitting captain's abilities to stay on your team, you have to keep them in for the first 2/3 of the game. You can't even sub them out. So you can't sub them out till the 7th inning, but that's how you keep the stats in there. And then this is them showing off mini seasons. Apparently a lot more has gone into mini seasons this year, with like themed mini seasons as well as your normal go of it that you would have. Massive UI overhauls, what it looks like, as well as some branding with the Global Baseball League. I think it's cool because it adds to the immersion of it. Obviously the menus look fantastic, but any effort they can do to like make mini seasons better than it was last year would be great, because I know people that love to offline grind, love to play Diamond Dynasty, and don't want to have to deal with playing online. Like, you got to keep mini seasons up and running. And then we talked about this for ranked co-op. We talked about this in the previous video, but there will be ranked co-op this year, and they did confirm in this feature premiere that the reward pass will be separate. So you can grind for World Series on your own, and solo ranked is what they're calling it now. The glare from the sun is insane. And you can grind for World Series in co-op ranked as well. Another change that was added was for co-op now, if somebody backs out of the game, it's not automatically over. If it goes down to one person, then it's automatically over. But if you quit now, there's a cooldown penalty. So you can't immediately queue for another game. We've been asking for that for a while. That makes me happy personally. There's a new surrender button in game. So if you choose to surrender rather than get that quit penalty, you can choose that. But ranked co-op getting some love with some better rewards and having cooldown penalties for people who back out, I think it's super awesome. But this is without question the biggest thing they revealed. So with programs, if you finish the program XP wise, you cap it out. Now there's going to be a rechargeable. I'll have to show it to you. It's so sick. So I'm going to cut me away. You guys are going to find out what happens when you constantly recharge this bar in the new or whenever program is currently out. If you max it out, let's see what happens when you do that.
Yeah, shout out to our UI and our art teams. This is one of the best looking features that we have ever created. Let's check it out. There are 6 rewards you can get, 3 silver, 2 gold, and 1 diamond. Diamond being the rarest, of course. So whichever icon is lit up at the end of this animation, that's the reward that you get. Let's try it out. As you can see, the icon bounces around, bounces around.
What is this?
You gotta pick when to stop, and if you hit stop, okay, now it's slowing down, slowing
Give
down.
me the diamonds!
Oh, okay, I thought it was a diamond for a
Hey,
second.
balling is a
but,
habit. That works.
And the last nugget they revealed in the feature premiere is this right here, that Team Affinity is coming back this year. I know a lot of people were, I mean, that's like literally what everybody's favorite program is. So that pretty much summarizes everything that happened in the feature premiere. That summarizes everything that happened in the feature premiere. That summarizes everything that happened in the feature premiere today. If you guys have any questions, please comment them below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.